Hello, hello! Welcome to this month's new Stencil Club set. I am Tina Walker, and I thought I would pop in here and kind of share the inspiration for the stencils this month. So these are the stencils. Let me get this black space so you can see them a little bit better. So this is the two stencils. So this one has 4 different designs on it. And then this one has 2 different designs. So you have a lot of variety. They look very abstract, but I thought I would share with you the inspiration for these. And I think I'll leave this black paper or black sheet up here so you can see. So first of all, let's share what they look like. So what I always like to do with a new set of stencils is to just put some spray mist over them, because it's the fastest way to get color down on a piece of paper, and it's just instant collage material. So these are just some vintage ledger papers that I had. I didn't gesso them or anything, and the spray mist kind of soaked right in. So this is the 4. Let me get it this way. So this is this stencil, and this is what it looks like just sprayed through. Nothing complicated about it, so you can see how the patterns look. This is one of my favorite ones of this one. And then what I did before I removed the stencil, I took another sheet and let's see, so it would have been probably this way. So I placed this sheet down on top of the stencil, so that's why it's going to be the opposite. So you can see the positive and the negative of each one of these patterns. And it just creates, I think it's always, kind of forget about that sometimes, but it creates a lot of variety. So that's that stencil. Then the other one that has 2 different designs. So this one, this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like right here, just sprayed through. This one I really love this abstract shape here. And when you see what inspired these, I think you'll be kind of like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then this is the one where I took the stencil and, or I had the stencil here and it was like this, took the paper, laid it on top. So this is the reversed side of that. So you can see what those look like. So let's bring these back here. So these 2 stencils were inspired by vintage feed sack cloth. So I kind of take inspiration for stencils from a lot of different things. And I found the feed sack cloth that I actually use for these, because I scan them in and then manipulate the file to come up with a stencil design. I found all but one of them, and I think I used the fabric itself. But this is all but one of these designs. So let's do this one first. So this design right here, and I think once you see the fabric, you'll see exactly where that inspiration came from. So here's the fabric, and here's the stencil. So I scanned the fabric in, manipulated the file, and this is the stencil that came from that. So isn't that kind of cool to actually see what the original inspiration was? This one right here came from this feed sack cloth. So let me hold it up to the camera so you can see the pattern in here. It was just a bunch of stripes with some flowers. So I scanned it in, and I really manipulated this file so it doesn't look exactly like, but you can see where the inspiration came for this pattern down here. So that's that one. Then this one right here is the one that I don't have anymore. It was a white fabric with purple flowers on it. So same thing. I scanned in the flower, or scanned in the fabric, and manipulated the file. That one I didn't have to manipulate a ton, but I wish I had the fabric. I looked all over, but I think I used that fabric. And then this one down here is from this fabric. So the one thing that's really cool when you scan it in and manipulate it, you can shrink it or you can blow it up. So this one you can tell that I really shrunk the file down, but you can see this crisscrossed like paisley pattern here in the file. So that's the 4 fabrics that inspired this stencil. Then this stencil up here, so this top one was inspired by this fabric right here. So I think you can start to see this little crisscross action here, and then some of these arches that come here and here. So I really did manipulate this. I actually removed some areas, added some of my own pattern, but again, you can kind of see where it started and then where it ended. And then this last one, you really have to kind of take a look at this. So this one I blew up a little bit more, but if you look at this fabric, you can see where it's kind of this swirly pattern here. So when I scanned it in and then manipulated the file, this is kind of what came from that. But you can see where you have this center floral image and then kind of the swirl around the outside. And then I just really kind of expanded upon it. But that's the fabric that inspired this one. So it's a little bit different than how I normally do when I introduce the stencils, but I thought it would be fun that you could see where the inspiration came from. So I will see you in the next video for my project this month. Thanks.